I was waiting a while since last night to start doing a video regarding the indictment of New York City Mayor Eric Adams. I did not want to pounce immediately because I knew it would be wrong to do it and wait until the facts have come out. It is now almost 12 noon. It is Thursday the 26th, the last Thursday of the month of September. This is going to be a September that we will never forget here in New York City. Either if Eric Adams were to remain in office or resign, or if his best friend, the governor of New York, Kathy Hochul, decides to remove him. But if you are out of the loop and, maybe you're not in New York City and maybe you don't pay attention to the national news cycle, that's understandable, but I'm going to recap what has happened since 9:30 p.m. last night. Actually, no, after 9 p.m. last night, since this news was first broken by the New York Times. And of course, we're going to read the Spectrum News article on New York One's website. And that is the mayor of New York City himself, Eric Leroy Adams, charged with taking bribes and illegal campaign funds from foreign sources. And I just want to mention that I was just watching the attorney for the Southern District of New York discuss the charges. And this is pretty alarming stuff that the mayor himself is being accused of. He is being accused of taking foreign bribes that date back to the time that he was the Brooklyn Borough president. And from what the Southern District Attorney of New York just said, it dates back all the way to 2017, when Bill de Blasio was still mayor. So let's read this article, and then I want to show you something that I can't believe I'm saying it, but Jamie Stelter's husband, Brian, who used to work for CNN, or I think still works for CNN, I don't know because I don't watch CNN. Ugh. But apparently he was the one who found the document online. He found it regarding that 57-page indictment. So, let's read what Channel 1 is saying. New York City Mayor Eric Adams was indicted last night on federal corruption charges alleging that he took illegal campaign contributions and bribes from foreign nationals in exchange for favors that included helping Turkish officials get fire safety approvals for a new diplomatic building in New York City. And I want to mention, as I was just watching that press conference, the Southern District Attorney of New York just mentioned that. The mayor, a former captain in the NYPD, faces conspiracy, wire fraud, and bribery charges in a 5-count indictment that describes a decade-long trial of crimes that dates back to the 2010s. So let's just quickly read this picture here. Count 1, conspiracy to commit wire fraud. Count 2 of wire fraud. Count 3 and 4, solicitation of a contribution by a foreign national. Count 5, bribery. I don't want to read this paragraph. Let me read the first paragraph above that one. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Manhattan alleges the indictment that Adams not only accepted but sought illegal campaign contributions to his mayoral campaign. A senior official in the Turkish diplomatic establishment facilitated many straw donations to Adams and arranged for the mayor and his companions to receive free or discounted travel on Turkey's national airlines that included France, China, Sri Lanka, India, Hungary, and Turkey. And also, this does not mention that the mayor did take bribes to also fly to Israel. The mayor himself was compounded with gains, this is the next paragraph I wanted to read, from the illegal campaign contributions by gaming the city's matching funds program, which provides a generous match for small dollar donations. His campaign received more than $10,000 in matching funds as a result of the false certifications, according to the indictment. So yeah, here is the PDF. And I think Channel 1... Yeah, see, in a way, you kind of can thank Jamie Stelter's husband for this. So thank you, Brian. Adams allegedly solicited and demanded bribes, including free and heavily discounted luxury travel benefits from a Turkish official, the indictment alleges, noting that the official was seeking the mayor's help pertaining to regulations of the Turkish consulate in Manhattan. So I want to show you this picture, because Channel 1, when I was refreshing the page before I even hit record using OBS, and I want you all to see it. I want you all to see it right now. This is what he's being accused of. I know it's tiny. I'm sorry if I, let's see if we can open it in a new tab. Let's see if we can do that here, and maybe you can read it a little bit better. And I'll try to zoom in. Maybe that might help. Let's see if we can do that and try to start from around here. I mean, this is very disturbing stuff that supposedly... Let's just start from 2016. I don't want to read the whole list, but I just want to start from the time that he was the borough president. So let's just start off with 2016, and then we'll go to the very end, because I don't want to bore you all with this and that, because then, I will make this video seem uninteresting. But let's just start with 2016 and then go right to the bottom. Undisclosed status from 2016. So not 2017, but 2016. From the time the mayor was the Brooklyn Borough president, or we'll have to see if he was a state senator, because that's a good question. But basically, he is accused in 2016 that he accepted a donation, a free upgrade to business class for 2 or round-trip tickets from New York to India, with $12,000 destinations. And then I want to go direct to the bottom. I want to go to 2021, because that's the one that everybody wants to know about. This is the one that pertains to when the mayor himself was running his 2021 campaign. So let's just read these two here. $21,000. Right? Solicited and accepted and subsequently canceled. The mayor, at the time when he was running, was offered a free upgrade to business class from 1 or more flights from New York to Turkey. Free or deeply discounted luxury hotels and resort stays. Transportation, entertainment, and meals to Turkey. $21,000. Then from Guyana via Turkey. Free upgrades to business class from 2 or more round trips from New York to Guyana. A free meal and transportation during an Istanbul layover. $12,000 unclosed. So if you do the math here, and let's do the math here, $21,000 plus $12,000 equals to the mayor himself receiving $33,000 in calendar year 2021. We are talking almost 4 years ago. Almost 4 years ago, when the mayor accepted $33,000 of undisclosed money. That's a big 3-3 with the comma mark. So any accountant can, any CPA can figure that one out right now. And it's so bad at New York 1 that Pat Kiernan had to take a vacation. It's bad enough that Jamie Stelter herself has been doing the newscast for the past week since I've gotten back from Delmarva. The weekend anchor, Rocco Berduccio, himself, look at this, had to do in the papers and the whole schmeal that Pat Kiernan is normally supposed to do. Where are you, Pat Kiernan? Where are you? You're supposed to be serving us, Pat Kiernan. You're a journalist. Go back to work. Before I go off topic, because it seems I'm doing more of that nowadays, let's get into the front pages of the newspaper so that way I don't have to bore you with Rocco. Here's the Newsday cover. Here's the Daily News cover. Here's the New York Post cover. But the New York Times, who first broke the story themselves, yeah. So before we get into some video clips, I want to mention that I will have a link for the indictment if you want to read it for yourself in the description below, because then if I read through it, then I'm literally going to lose my voice. So, and within the hour, we are supposed to hear from Curtis Sliwa. Curtis Sliwa is scheduled to make a radio appearance on WABC later this afternoon. So, it's interesting to hear from the 2021 Republican candidate himself, who supposedly might be wanting to jump into the race for mayor now that things are looking more bleaker and bleaker for Eric Adams. So what we're going to do right now is play a couple of videos for you. We're going to play this one first, and I want you to see what the mayor himself said last night as the news was breaking.
My fellow New Yorkers, it is now my belief that the federal government intends to charge me with crimes. If so, these charges will be entirely false, based on lies. But they would not be surprising. I always knew that if I stood my ground for all of you, that I would be a target, and a target I became. For months, leaks and rumors have been aimed at me in an attempt to undermine my credibility and paint me as guilty. Just this past week, they searched the home of our new police commissioner, looking for documents from 20 years ago, just 1 week after he joined my administration. Enough. I will fight these injustices with every ounce of my strength and my spirit. If I'm charged, I know I am innocent. I will request an immediate trial so the New Yorkers can hear the truth. New Yorkers know my story. They know where I come from. I have been fighting injustice my entire life. That fight has continued as your mayor. Despite our pleas, when the federal government did nothing as its broken immigration policies overloaded our shelter system with no relief, I put the people of New York before party and politics. Now, if I am charged, many may say I should resign because I cannot manage the city while fighting the case. I can also understand how everyday New Yorkers will be concerned that I cannot do my job while I face accusation. But I have been facing these lies for months since I began to speak out for all of you and their investigation started. Yet the city has continued to improve. Make no mistake, you elected me to lead this city, and lead it I will. I humbly ask for your prayers and your patience as we see this through. God bless you, and God bless the city of New York. Thank you.
So, defiant Eric Adams last night, and he was trying to be defiant again, but here's the problem here. And I want to show you what happened a little while ago at Gracie Mansion. And I just want to say that I'm going to criticize the 1-9 precinct in Manhattan. The fact that they could not give the mayor a security detail. I mean, we're in a very hostile political climate right now. I mean, you can be a Democrat, you can be a Republican, it doesn't matter. But the Republican candidate for president, the former president, Donald Trump, was almost assassinated twice. And you mean to tell me that the 1-9 precinct, which is near my Gracie mansion, was not notified that the mayor was going to speak this morning and not give the mayor an accurate security detail to get these hecklers out of here? The mayor should have went to City Hall, where it could have been controlled, would have been indoors. And yes, I mean, we can be angry all we want, but the fact that the 1-9 precinct didn't have crowd control, it's just shameful. It's just really shameful, and that's all I'm going to say. So you're going to see why I'm upset with the NYPD 1-9 precinct, because I'm just disgusted right now. Just watch this.
Your policies are anti-black. You are disrespect to all black people in this city. The things that you have done are unconscionable. You hurt our school. Our streets are dirty. Our children are harassed by the police. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You can just be all you want, but the people are with us. And this is not a black thing. This is a justice thing.
First of all, I want to thank you for being here.
And I want to mention that the microphone audio was hissing because I was watching it live on Channel 7. And I want to mention Hazel Dukes. Let's talk about her for a second. Now, again, we can be angry all we want. Alright? We can say this or that about Eric Adams. It doesn't matter right now. But what matters is the fact that the mayor of New York City is trying to speak, at least trying to save his manhood, for crying out loud, and you're going to interrupt the people over there that are speaking and trying to calm down the nerves of 8 million people who live in the 5 boroughs of the city right now. This city right now is on a very hostile political climate. Alright? This has not happened to our city since David Dinkins was mayor. Let's call it for what it is. So, not this part, but, yeah, where was Hazel speaking? I want to, because, trust me, I would have been quiet over there. Because, again, I respect the will of the political process. Even if it's the Democrats speaking. Even if it's people I don't want to hear from. But... And to be fair, I probably only would have heckled at Wes more because of the, marijuana thing, but let's just continue here.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Hazel Dukes. I live in Harlem. I'm 90. Would you be quiet? Would you shut up? I'm 92 years of age.
Yes.
So again, not fair that she was heckled and interrupted like this. And, the bottom line here, it's just disgraceful that, again, we're in this political climate we have not seen in New York City since the 1990s, the early 1990s. I'm talking about the pre-Giuliani years. So, again, let's call it for what it is. I mean, we're in a very hostile political climate. Now, I want to look up the time that Eric Adams served as Brooklyn Borough President briefly here. I just want to see when... Okay, right. So, Eric Adams left the state Senate in 2013. Okay, just wanted to confirm that. Okay. I want to make sure I get my facts right. So I knew he was borough president in 2017. So there you go. I mean, you have Brad Lander running for mayor. You have Jessica Ramos, who, let's show you who she is. Because this is very important. I need to warn you all about who this lady represents. She's actually a representative for the Riders Alliance. So just keep that in mind who you're voting for next year. And probably the people in my area are going to re-elect Grace Ming. Consequently, my congresswoman, and by the way, she's also aligned herself with the Riders Alliance. So just keep that in mind. So, Andrew Cuomo has said he might want to consider running. We remembered that his dad, Mario, tried running for mayor. And look how that ended up. Christine Quinn has openly said, the former city council speaker who ran for mayor in 2013, she has said that she would run only if the mayor doesn't seek re-election. So things could change in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks, and, the bottom line is we're facing a very, very hostile climate here in New York City. And especially with the anniversary of October 7th coming up, the fact that tomorrow the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, is going to speak, we're in a very hostile political climate nowadays. Let's just call it for what it is. So I'm trying to see if I can find that quote from WABC I reposted. Here we go. Okay. Eric Adams can't resign or be fired. Jumaane Williams, a socialist public advocate, would become mayor, and that would be the end of New York City. Curtis Lee was said on the Sid Rosenberg show earlier this morning. City Councilwoman Joyanne Irolia, a Republican who represents Howard Beach, sent out this long statement earlier this morning before 8:30. I am not going to read the full statement, but it gives you an idea that she is involved in the process. So, Vicky Palladino, who we also need to hear from, hopefully sometime later today, will issue a statement. Now, I want to mention that yesterday she was opening a ribbon on a College Point sewer plant, which is very important. You need to create jobs right now. So I'm glad she did that. And I want to mention that she has received numerous praise from former Mayor Rudy Giuliani in the past. And, of course, his son, Andrew. Let's see if we can... Maybe she might have issued a statement, but we don't know right now. Right. So, hopefully we'll hear from her later today. I'm going to assume that, but there you have it, folks. I mean, things are just looking bleaker and bleaker for Eric Adams every single day, and bottom line is the mayor is just going to get himself into more trouble. Could Kathy Hochul, the governor, remove him? That's another topic for another day. People were talking about that. I don't know if she would stab him in the back. So, I guess we're just going to have to stick this right out with Eric Adams. Either if he's going to fight the charges, either if the governor's going to remove him, or he changes his mind and decides to either resign or is not going to seek re-election. I mean, things could change from here on out. So, stay tuned and buckle up because this is another dark chapter in New York City's history. So, I'm going to wrap this up here. Thank you for watching. And, yeah, decide for yourself how you feel about this whole situation. And that's it.